Well, hello from a foggy Golden Gate Bridge. I'm headed out of the city now and up further north, so this is resuming. It's been about 5 days since my last video in my time, probably about a week in your time. And so I spent time with my friend, and now I'm headed out of San Francisco, and here's some fog. And then you can see how lovely it is over here, so it's not everywhere. In case you're wondering, I believe that is Alcatraz, that island right there, which is like the old prison. Hello! I am currently in off of the interstate in Northern California. I'm probably a couple of hours north of San Francisco now. Obviously the weather has changed substantially. It's quite warm now. And I just pulled off at a little side of the road rest stop to use the facilities, and I also had a little picnic lunch because it is quite warm and I didn't really want fast food. Also, I only want to get a milkshake later, so I feel like, you know, have some fruits and vegetables and things for lunch and a milkshake, balance. So I'm headed up now to like the very southern part of Central Oregon, this little town called Klamath Falls, which is the closest actual town to Crater Lake. Crater Lake National Park is currently pretty smoky. There's a wildfire just north of it, so I'm not actually sure I'm going to be able to see the lake. We'll see. Right now, things are not looking good. There's also a wildfire a little north of where I'm at right now, outside, like just east of the freeway, by like Redding, Corning, like that area. So fingers crossed I don't have to have any diversions because of that, but it's probably gonna be pretty smoky up there too. So planning to drive a little bit more and then stop at this ridiculous olive pit place. And yeah, that's it. So this is the side of the road. It's actually a little greener here than I thought it would be, but it's also like only in the low 80s right now, and last time I did this trip it was like definitely in the 90s or low hundreds, so hooray. I think that's it. Back on the road. So every time I drive this area, I like to stop at the olive pit. It's in Corning. It's like an olive area of like agriculture. And they have a bunch of like flavored vinegars here as well. And they do a vinegar shake. So you can get like basically whatever flavor vinegar that they make. And they usually do it with like a vanilla ice cream base and then mix it in. But that seemed a little much for me, so I did a chocolate ice cream base with raspberry balsamic vinegar. Oh, it's really good. It's like there's like that little bit of like acidic tartness that you get from vinegar, but because I got the raspberry one, there's also kind of raspberry-ish. Like I don't know if I'd get this every time I came through, but it's not bad. I'm pleasantly surprised. So that's what it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna get back on the road and hope that I don't have any wildfire related issues in getting to Klamath Falls, which is in Oregon. So I'll probably stop a couple of times to check my legs, that sort of thing. So I'll turn on the camera if I can. Yeah, let's go. So this is where I am, up north. It's the O'Brien Safety Roadside Rest Area. And I am, so like right there, see? And according to the sign, I'm 233 miles north of San Francisco and 577 miles away from Seattle if I drive straight. However, I am not driving straight. I'm driving inland and then up Central Oregon and then back out again. So it'll be more than 577 miles. But one of the cool things about where I'm at right now is I'm right next to Lake Shasta, which to me always looks really low in the summer, but I've heard it's not actually that low for like what it could be. Okay, there's a little inlet, so you can see like the water level goes up like that, and probably I'm guessing the winter and late in spring, because it's largely snow melt from what I understand, and then as it evaporates and gets used over the summer, it goes down. So there's just a little arm of it. Also, the triple digit temperatures have arrived. It's like 101 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you know, not cool. But thankfully my time in Spain has prepared me for this, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. And there's some more of the lake. Like, it's not a big circle. It's kind of like has a lot of arms. So. And I just pulled over to a little viewpoint. That is Mount Shasta. Well, I stepped in this little town called Weed right before turning off of Interstate 5, and that's the backside of Mount Shasta. I was like, okay, just randomly getting gas, and there's the view. Why not? Decided it was a burger night, and since I'm at like a brewery, it makes sense. Got my beer. Well, I made it to Klamath Falls, checked into my motel, grabbed dinner, which I grabbed a little bit of footage of. Now I'm just gonna go out for a little bit of a walk since I've been driving all day. This town is really small, which I kind of knew, but I didn't really realize it was so deserty, but I guess I just never looked at a map because obviously it is, because it's in Central Oregon. But yeah, the smoke is still pretty bad. Like, the AQI isn't terrible right now, which is why I'm out, but it smells like a campfire, which means I'm probably not going to be out and about for very long because my lungs don't love it. Currently looking at the webcams for Crater Lake, it is completely smoked over. So my plan is to get up tomorrow morning and check the webcams and see if it's any clearer. If it's not, then I will probably just give Crater Lake a pass because I don't really need to be driving through like completely obscured smoke, just in general, if I can help it. And also, I won't be able to see anything. So, unfortunate, but might be the case. I also don't want to pay the $30 admission fee if I can't see anything. If I can't see anything, cool, I'm happy to pay it. So, current plan is just go on a little bit of a walk and then turn in for the night and see what tomorrow brings. Good, how are you? Good. Closed down the street and they're doing some sort of skateboarding thing. Interesting. World War II/1/Korea monument. And look, a little public piano. Not bad for, you know, public. So I've discovered that there's no actual falls, like waterfalls, in Klamath Falls. Apparently there are some rapids up north a little, or up a little bit, but that's it. Currently seems like there used to be falls, like before all the damming and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure where, but yeah, Klamath Falls, no falls. Apparently this is a block party. Not very well attended, I would say. I feel like little towns like this, either they really rally around community events like that, or it's just not it. Like, I get the sense that, contrary to a lot of tiny towns that I've been in the Pacific Northwest, like inland, this town seems very more into the guns and the cowboy life than it does into arts and things of that nature. So yeah, there's also a lot of clearly like people who have fallen on some tough times, like walking around and kind of hunkering down in parks than I guess I have seen in small towns recently. So I mean, they're largely fine, but makes me a little, you know, it's 7:45. I'm walking back to my motel. That's just gonna be that. So I think that's it for the day. You can already see the sunset, as such as it is, very filtered by the smoke. And I think that's all she wrote. So I will see you tomorrow with whatever that brings.